Dr. Mary Williams, English 2322 here. How are you? All right. This is the follow-up to the Word document that I have sent you already about citations, explaining what they are, why they are, when we use them, how we do them, right? This is the visual example thing. I have found a paper and I have highlighted some examples that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you first in text citing and what it looks like of both quotations and of not quoted material. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the corresponding, which means the ones that match works cited entries. They have to match or I can't tell what your sources are. Let's go on. We have here a page of the essay, and I hope you see the green highlighting. This is a quotation that we have cited. The quotation begins after an introductory couple of sentences. Quote, and then the words exactly of the quotation, and you just keep word wrapping until you finish it. Then you put the quotation marks and a space, and then parentheses, citation, parentheses, period. Again, a direct quote, a short direct quote that we have cited. That is correct. All right. Now, we have a non-quoted source in the paper, one that is paraphrased. In other words, the student rewrote it in his own words. Maybe he summarized it a little bit, but he could not quote because a quote and a paraphrase are different. You see that there are no quotation marks. Regardless of whether you quote directly, you must use a citation. So at the end of this paraphrased or summarized material, he put Phillips space 162, author space page number. So again, we cite whether we quote or no. If it's not your idea, you have to cite it in the text. Let's go down. Another one that is paraphrased. Here is the source. This one's a little different because it is from a work of art. I don't think any of you are going to have to worry about that, okay? But again, it is not a direct quote, but it is a reference to something that the student did not come up with himself, and therefore he cites it. Let's go on. These are highlighted in yellow. This is part of his works cited page. These are the bibliographic references that are written in alphabetical order, and actually they start up here on this other page. The reason I highlighted these is that these two are part of the ones that we are referring to earlier. One of them was by an author named Phillips, so you see that you start with the same word that you put in the parentheses, and then you give the whole citation correctly, which we will talk about later. Then further on down, we have the piece of artwork that we just mentioned. Jacob Lawrence, the Migration Series. Again, he writes a full citation, so we have the bibliographic information. That means, is it a book? Is it an article? Where did it come from? When was it published? Was it online? Etc. That's what bibliographic has to do with. So these are two of the examples in green that I showed you earlier. They have to match. The words that you put in the beginning of this need to match at least one of the words in your parentheses. If it's an author page number, you need to have an author and then a page number, and it's the last name of the author. This person is Turner. He mentioned Turner in the citation, but he also mentioned this title, so we had to cite the whole thing, and so it matches what you saw in the paper. I hope that's helpful. We can have more of these visual representations as we need to. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you again.